I'm Ava Divine.
I'm Quayla Fire.
And I'm Brittany J, and we are Three Scoops on a Sunday.
Hey, ladies.
What
Hey,
up?
hey.
So I have an interesting topic of discussion. Technology, new technology, the technology that's been coming out recently. I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on it. I recently was listening to this artist because, I'm an artist.
Mhm.
Was listening to this artist talk about all this AI stuff that's been happening lately, and it's particularly AI arts. And how there was this story not too long ago where this guy had entered a competition with his artwork, and it was this really beautiful art piece, and he won this competition. And then, as it turned out, everybody found out afterwards that it was an AI created art piece. And so that kind of caused a little bit of an uproar. And a lot of people in the art community are a little bit unsettled by that, because when does it become like, I don't know, when does it become too artificial and not very real? Like, there are a lot of artists out here, myself included, who are genuinely putting skill and effort and time into creating these beautiful and sometimes impactful pieces.
Yeah.
And then you have somebody who just types some words into a computer, and the computer creates an art piece, and that piece wins over all these individuals who have spent so much time and energy and creativity investing into their pieces. And so that created kind of an effect, and it really had me thinking about all the technology that has been coming out lately, and that is going to continue to come out, because let's be honest, like, technology is only going to evolve and become like a greater, bigger thing within our communities. And so I was just thinking about, Tesla with the cars that can drive themselves, and all the robotic stuff that's coming out with creating these robots that are really realistic, and how, like, even in stores and banks, used to have tellers, used to have cashiers, those are being replaced by machines. So I'm just really interested in getting both of your insights about technology in general and where it's headed.
I want to go
Well,
first.
go ahead.
Go first, please. Okay. So this is coming from a mom whose son is into all those things. So right now he's in a coding school. He wants to be an engineer. He wants to learn robotics. And I actually love that from him because I see where we're going. It to me is I wasn't born during the Industrial Revolution, but I understand how we got there. There is a time for us to evolve as not only as a community, but as worldwide. We become smarter, and technology is going to mirror that. So
Absolutely.
our technology also is going to evolve. It's also going to get smarter as we gain more knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's up for us to keep up with the times. Yes, those are going to create different types of jobs for us, but those are for our kids. Like, for the generations that are in school right now, they're the ones who are getting the education to be able to keep up with that particular time. So that's where the coding comes from. That's where the robotics comes from. That's all the tech support. That's all of those type jobs are what we're going to have a big mass need for. We're not going to need tellers if we don't need them anymore. We're not going to need cashiers and all of, I'm going to say, domestic type jobs, because they could possibly be replaced. Because my aunt used to tell me when I was younger, which did not happen, but she used to say, yeah, because when you grow up and have kids, it's going to be like the Jetsons. Do y'all remember the Jetsons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
That's what she used to tell me. So my whole life, I was waiting for that to happen, and just never happened. But that's something maybe I could tell my kids Because maybe when they have kids, it will be a reality. We'll have flying cars and, a maid as a robot. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's just where we are right now, that there's no stopping technology at this point.
I 100% agree with you, Quayla. I do feel like, we have to be open to evolving and advancing, because we are getting smarter. Our technology is naturally going to get smarter because the people that are studying it, are researching it, are getting smarter as well. However, when it comes to creative and artistic expression, I can see how that's unfair, because you remove the human element from it. I think in terms of those like competitions or shows or whatever it is that I don't know, and I'm sorry, but whatever it is, I think that there should be a special category for artificial intelligence, and the people that own that particular piece of artificial intelligence can win the competition based on that, but the humans should be able to only compete with humans. You know what I mean? I do.
The integrity
I feel
part
like
of it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of sweat equity that goes into creating art that cannot be mirrored, I don't think, by artificial intelligence. You know what I mean? So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I think the integrity part of it is probably what hurt most of the candidates who, put themselves out there. Like, why would you put it as your own when you did not really create it? Like, that's the integrity part. That's just, but is it really yours?
Exactly. Quilla, I agree with you, because I do feel like absolutely you have to make room for evolution. And I completely see the benefits of this technological evolution that is happening, especially for the future generations. I do believe engineering and robotics and all of that is like definitely going to be the future, especially within careers. And I think that it's great that your son is getting involved with that, because there's going to be money in that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So absolutely. I definitely agree, but I do feel like it is important for us as a society to remember to allow space for humanity to do their thing. And it doesn't always have to be artificial. But like you said, Brittany, I don't think like, doomed to AI art. Like there's actually AI art that I think is so cool and it's so beautiful, but I do not think that it should belong in the same competition as people who actually put a lot of their humanity and their creative expression into what they do. It just doesn't. You need to be able to separate that. There needs to be a separation of that, because if not, it just gets like jumbled up. And one of the artists who was talking about this mentioned, like, yes, there is some evolution to it, because on one hand, when photography came along, there were people who were a little bit in an uproar about that. Be like, well, what's this? You know what I mean? Like, and there were people thinking that it was going to take away from the value of painting or drawing portraits, But the truth of the matter is, it's never really taken away from that. It's just been its own particular category, and it's still considered art. So I do understand that there is going to come a time when AI art is probably going to be respected and appreciated as much as photography. And that's fine, you know what I mean? Because it's the evolutionary aspect of it. I just feel like it is important to make sure that you don't jumble that. You don't want to throw photography in the same category as painting, because then it kind of just, for what, So I agree with the evolution aspect of it. I know that it's necessary, and I'm fine with it to a degree. But I just don't want us to lose our humanity by trying to chase down easier ways of doing something, or, using technology to be able to achieve things or make things happen. That's fine. But I don't know. I guess already our society has shifted so much just in the introduction of cell phones. We are constantly on our cell phones all the time. Like, and somebody brought up a good point. not too long ago, where they were just like, how crazy is it that we can sit on TikTok and experience a wide range of emotions within 5 minutes? You're scrolling, you see something happy, and you're scrolling, and you see something really sad and depressing, and then you're scrolling and you see something that makes you angry, and it changes the function like of the human experience in a little bit of a way. So it's interesting. It's all cool and entertaining and fascinating, but then you also, on the other end, think like, how is this going to affect humanity?
I mean, it can be a bit much, in, like you said, in terms of replacing certain things, but I think naturally things are going to be replaced. Jobs are going to be replaced. And it may not be a bad thing. We just have to adjust, meaning that there's going to be other spaces for us, either that we can create for ourselves or that other people provide as an opportunity. You just have to be willing to adjust and be open-minded about it, I guess. But yeah, don't take away the humanity from artistic and creative expression. I added as an additional, like you said, AI art, but to mix that in with human expression, I think it convolutes it, it confuses it, and it could give AI an unfair advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's just to that type of technology and artistic expression, right? Because technology is going to end up taking over all types of different areas. And I, as excited as I am about it, I'm equally as a little bit concerned about it, because
Gotcha.
how far are we going to take it, and are in some of the places that it's going to go necessary for us to take that type of technology into that space, you know? So I mean, time will tell at the end of the day, but this is just, it was something that was a little bit on my mind, and I was really interested in getting you guys' view and opinion about it. And I'd really be interested in hearing from our followers and from the people who are just watching to see what it is that they think about it too. Yeah. For sure.